Now, this is some very disturbing knowledge, okay? It deals with chemtrails and what they're really about. If you first, you must go see this movie. I think it's from like 2008 or something, The Happening. And then go check out this movie that just came out in 2016 called Cell. Okay, they like to put hints in these things, these little pieces of knowledge in movies. I've been trying to do this research, trying to figure out chemtrails and all this. I do know this, right? The elite, they're not going to rain down toxic, deadly chemicals on their own family members and their friends and their relatives, right? I mean, people in the Pentagon and the CIA and NSA and all this, they're not just going to allow deadly chemicals to be sprayed on their friends and their relatives, you know what I'm saying? So there's something more about these chemtrails than what we know. And people have figured out that there's these little microscopic, they call them nanobots. They basically, you breathe them in, they get into your bloodstream, and they eventually get into your brain, and they act like amplifiers for frequencies, mind control, that run through these cell phone towers. And if you go watch this movie, you can kind of see these hints, right? Like, well, that would make sense. I remember seeing a lot of those zombie movies, where in just one day, these people just start going crazy and start trying to eat each other and kill each other. And it's like, well, what the heck, right? But I remember years ago reading, if you go Ezekiel 38, the War of Gog and Magog, it basically says every man's sword will be against his brother, and basically these armies will become confused and they'll start killing each other. And I remember years ago thinking, well, that doesn't make sense. I mean, how could they just become confused and start killing each other? Well, when you start understanding that mind control and what this big depopulation plan is going to be, nanobots in the brain and all this, it really starts to make sense, They just happen to have it. They can run a type of frequency through these cell phone, these amplifiers that are all on these cell phone towers. They can run a type of frequency that can interact with your brain frequencies. And by putting nanobots in your brain, these billions and billions of these little nanobots that they're putting in chemtrails everywhere, everything really starts to make sense. So I do encourage you, go watch this movie, The Happening, and then go watch Cell. Okay, and then go start doing research on nanobots and chemtrails, and you can see this deadly weapon that will be used against humanity is there's thousands and thousands of them all set up already. Everything kind of starts to make sense. Chemtrails, nanobots, mind control, depopulation. And it is somewhat amusing how over the years, all your life, they've made a tinfoil hat wearing people out to be, they're a nutcase, right? When in reality, in the future, this tinfoil wearing nut, it just might be protected from certain frequencies that will not allow him to go insane and go kill his neighbor and go commit suicide or go eat somebody's arm off or whatever they got planned with these nanobots. This tinfoil nut, well, he'll be the guy that stays alive. So you might want to figure out a lead helmet or a metal helmet, or figure out a way in the future to protect your own brain from types of frequencies that they're going to use against you.